flourish that has not grasped the roots of the people who have to believe it if it's ever going to come true. So, what do we have? We have the greatest concentration of wealth in American history. It's worse now than it was in the 19th century. It's as if the entire 20th century, when inequality was reduced in the United States, above all by the Great Depression of the 1930s, which compressed it like an accordion, all of that has been undone. We have returned and surpassed to levels of inequality. Are they consistent with democracy? Of course not. This last week, we celebrated, and I mean that word carefully, in this country, the arrival of Mr. Elon Musk as the world's first trillionaire. In other words, over the last few weeks, the man who was already the richest man in the world, credited with a personal wealth in the hundreds of billions of dollars, saw that grow, so he's now a trillionaire. That's how capitalism works. It makes the rich richer. It always has until people have revolted or the system has convulsed. Then we have a period of decompression until that's overcome, and then we resume what the basic tendency is. Well, I'm afraid the same thing operates here. Yeah, you're right. It isn't compatible. The wealth corrupts our democracy, and we have as corrupt a democracy as you could imagine. Our government is bought and paid for. It's stunning. You can't understand Israel without that. Israel figured that out and figured out how to use it. It gets to the point of absurdity. The United States government funds Israel. Israel funds AIPAC. AIPAC buys the government that funds Israel to give you. You have to have a sense of humor, otherwise, this will drive you crazy. So, what's the conclusion? That's what I was hinting at before. You've got to deal with capitalism. Capitalism has its own dynamic. It's just as important as the great power conflicts that people like to talk about these days, which I